I asked the Conservative MP for Lichfield, Michael Fabricant, for his reaction.
It's very upsetting for a lot of people because many people will think that it's one rule for them and one rule for us. But what I think is very important to understand is the way the Downing Street office works and the fact that there are over 100 small, pokey offices in the Downing Street complex. The garden is a secure area which is very much a part of the Downing Street complex. It's not somewhere where you can mix with other people. So there's a huge difference between those who, for example, were unable to attend weddings, more sadly, those who were not able to attend funerals, not able to say goodbye to people in hospital who were dying of COVID, because there it would have involved mixing and causing cross-contamination.
I do just need to pull you up on that because it was pretty clear, the rules at the time, just to remind you of the law at the time, no gatherings of more than 2 people allowed in public unless the gathering is essential for work purposes. The law didn't provide leeway for social gatherings with people you work with. So clearly, this gathering, if it took place, wasn't within the rules.
Well, that is what the Crown Prosecution Service, the Metropolitan Police and Sue Gray, who is the Cabinet Office person charged with the job, are going to look at.
But it's pretty obvious, isn't it, Mr Fabricant?
Well,
if there are around 30 people in a garden, bring your own booze, let's make the most of the nice weather, that is not a work situation, is it?
Well, it's certainly not a good look, I agree with that. But these are people who were working together only minutes earlier in the same building.
But they weren't working at the time, were they, Mr Fabricant? This was a party.
I don't know. I wasn't invited.
You've referred to this as not a good look. If you would, have a listen to Jane Rhodes from Birmingham. Her father and sister died within a week of each other in April 2020. This was her reaction to news of the party.
Only 6 people could attend my dad's funeral, my sister's funeral. You know, family members, friends, you know, other relatives couldn't attend. And, you know, I couldn't even see my dad's body. It's things like that. It makes you go back all the time to thinking about those things and the fact that they were partying and not really, you know, having a care in the world about any of us.
What do you say to Jane?
Well, I would say I don't know if they were partying as such. And as for care in the world, you know, they had been working, some of them for 18 hours non-stop to try and acquire vaccines and place the orders with the vaccines.
And what about the people who were working on the front line, in the NHS, in care homes, in our supermarkets? What about them? They weren't meeting.
No, but they
because
weren't meeting in non-secure areas. And that's simply the point that I'm making. That's all I want to get across. Of course, it's not a good look. Of course, I understand the arguments. Of course, I also understand that some people will say it's one rule for them and one rule for us.
What about the credibility of the Prime Minister right now?
Oh, I agree that his credibility is rock bottom right now. But let's just wait and see what actually comes through these investigations.
Michael Fabricant, thank you.